glad you've chosen to join us on this tranquil journey to the heart of Everlight, a land perpetually bathed in the gentle glow of the Aurora Borealis. Before we begin our story, I will guide you through a brief breathing exercise designed to ease you into a state of deep relaxation. If you prefer to skip this section and dive straight into the narrative, you can find the timestamps for each chapter in the video description below. Now, find a comfortable position, whether you're nestled in bed or resting in your favourite chair. Let your body soften, supported by the surface beneath you, and allow yourself to feel completely at ease. Adjust your blankets or pillow if needed, creating a cosy haven of peace just for you. Let's begin with a soothing breath. Gently close your eyes if you wish, and slowly inhale through your nose, allowing the cool, crisp air of Everlight to fill your lungs. Imagine the vibrant colours of the Aurora swirling within you, bringing a sense of calm and wonder. Now, exhale softly through your mouth, like a gentle whisper of the wind, releasing any tension or worries from your day. With each breath, feel yourself sinking deeper into relaxation, your body growing heavier, your mind growing quieter. Inhale the tranquility of the Aurora and exhale the cares of the day, letting them drift away like snowflakes on the breeze. As you continue to breathe, imagine yourself walking alongside Anya, the young protagonist of our story, as she follows the shifting path of the Aurora. Feel the soft crunch of snow beneath your feet, the gentle warmth of the Aurora oases, and the quiet strength of the Aurora walkers, the nomadic tribe that calls Everlight home. If thoughts arise, simply acknowledge them and gently guide your attention back to your breath or to the sound of my voice. There's no need to strive for anything. Simply allow yourself to be present in this moment, cradled by the gentle embrace of the Aurora. There's nothing you need to do now except relax and listen. Let go of any lingering tension, any thoughts of tomorrow, and allow the story to carry you to a place of deep rest. Picture the emerald hue that guides Anya on her journey, a beacon of hope amidst the ever-shifting, shimmering colours of the Aurora. Let this image be a focal point for your mind, a symbol of the tranquility that awaits you within the story. And now, dear listener, let the gentle rhythm of your breath and the soothing magic of Everlight guide you into a peaceful slumber as we begin beneath the Aurora's embrace. Chapter 1. The Whispers of the Lights. In the vast, silent expanse of Everlight, where the sun never graced the horizon, lived a nomadic tribe known as the Aurora Walkers. Their world was a canvas of perpetual twilight, painted with the ethereal dancing hues of the Aurora Borealis. The Aurora Walkers believed that these celestial lights were not mere flickers in the sky, but whispers of ancient spirits, guiding them to havens of warmth and forgotten magic known as Aurora Oases. It was a simple life, and measured in the soft crunch of snow underfoot and the rhythmic lullabies of the whisper winds. Their lives were a constant dance with the lights, their movements attuned to the gentle ebb and and flow of the Aurora's glow. Among these hardy souls was a young woman named Anya, just on the cusp of 17 winters. She was a creature of quiet contemplation, more at ease with the silent language of the Aurora than the boisterous chatter of the tribe. Her eyes, the colour of a winter sky just before the first snowfall, held a depth of curiosity that set her apart. While others saw the Aurora as a beautiful spectacle, Anya felt an inexplicable connection to its shimmering tapestry, a feeling that resonated deep within her soul, like a half-forgotten melody. The gentle flowing movements of the Aurora were to her a lullaby. Kaelin, the elder of the tribe, was a man etched with the wisdom of countless winters. His hair, the colour of freshly fallen snow, flowed down his back like a frozen waterfall, and his eyes, though aged, held the spark of an enduring spirit. He carried the weight of his people's well-being with a quiet dignity, his gaze often fixed on the horizon, seeking the Aurora's guidance. Lately, a furrow had etched itself onto his brow, a silent testament to a growing concern. The Aurora, the lifeblood of Everlight, was beginning to fade, its vibrant hues dimming with each passing night, its warmth slowly diminishing. "The lights are changing, Anya," Kaelin had confided in her one evening, his voice a low rumble like the distant echo of a glacier carving. "They whisper of a change, a shift in the balance." His words, carried on the soft, whispering winds, stirred a sense of unease within Anya. The crisp, cool air seemed to carry a hint of uncertainty, and the gentle flowing movements of the Aurora seemed to falter like a dancer stumbling in their steps. The fading of the lights was subtle, like the first frost of winter, but it was there, a chilling premonition of a change yet to come. That night, as the tribe huddled round a crackling fire, its warm glow a stark contrast to the cold expanse of Everlight, Anya found herself drawn to the celestial tapestry above. The Aurora danced, its colours swirling and shifting, but it was different. A new hue, a shade of vibrant, pulsating emerald, had woven itself into the familiar patterns. It was a colour Anya had never seen before, and it seemed to beckon her, calling to her in a silent language she instinctively understood. The soft, white expanse of snow reflected the new colour, bathing the landscape in an ethereal glow. As she gazed at this new, mesmerising spectacle, a strange sensation washed over her. It felt as if the Aurora was not just a light in the sky, but an extension of her own being. Her heart beat in rhythm with its pulsations, her breath synced with its gentle ebb and flow, and then, without conscious thought, she reached out, her hand outstretched towards the heavens, and the emerald hue responded, swirling and dancing at her command. A low, constant humming filled the air. The gentle flowing movements of the Aurora mirrored her own, creating a symphony of light and motion. A gasp rippled through the tribe as they witnessed this breathtaking display. Anya, startled by her own actions, quickly withdrew her hand, the emerald hue fading back into the Aurora's embrace. Kaelin Kaelin's eyes, wide with a mixture of awe and apprehension, met hers. In that shared gaze, a silent understanding passed between them. Anya's unique connection to the Aurora, once a source of quiet contemplation, had blossomed into something far greater, something that held both the promise of wonder and the weight of the unknown. The low, constant humming of the Aurora echoed in the silence, a gentle reminder of the power that now lay within her grasp. The whispers of the lights had found their voice, and it was time for Anya to listen. The following day, as the tribe prepared to continue their journey, guided by the ever-shifting, shimmering colours of the Aurora, a sense of anticipation filled the air. The new emerald hue, Anya's hue, pulsed brightly in the sky, a beacon of hope in the encroaching cold. The crisp, cool air carried a sense of excitement, and the soft, white expanse of snow seemed to sparkle with newfound energy. The journey ahead would be long and arduous, but for the first time in many moons, a glimmer of hope flickered in the hearts of the Aurora walkers. They were, after all, children of the light, and the light, it seemed, had chosen one of their own to guide them through the gathering darkness. They started their journey, guided by the gentle, flowing movements of the Aurora, and a silent prayer was whispered on the wind, a plea for guidance, a hope for a brighter tomorrow. The low, constant humming of the Aurora was their only answer, a promise of a journey yet to unfold, a destiny yet to be revealed beneath the Aurora's embrace. Chapter 2. The First Oasis. The new day, if one could call it that, in a land where the sun never rose, found the Aurora walkers traversing the frosted plains, their eyes fixed on the vibrant emerald hue that Anya had unknowingly conjured. This new beacon pulsed in the celestial tapestry like a guiding star, a luminous pathway woven into the familiar dance of the Aurora. The tribe followed, their sleds gliding over the soft, white expanse of snow. The gentle whisper of the runners as a soothing counterpoint to the rhythmic crunch of their boots. The crisp, cool air filled their lungs, a constant reminder of their journey through this land of endless twilight. The gentle, flowing movements of the Aurora above seemed to echo their own steady progress, a silent promise of a destination yet to be revealed. Anya, walking at the front of the group beside Kaelin, felt the weight of her newfound ability with every step. The emerald light, her light, pulsed in time with her heartbeat, a tangible connection to the ethereal energy that flowed above them. She had practiced in secret since that first night, her hands moving in a silent dance, learning to shape and mould the Aurora's hues. She discovered that the colours responded to her emotions, the intensity of her feelings reflected in the vibrancy of the lights. It was a wondrous yet daunting power, one she was only beginning to understand. But she knew it was a power she needed to understand, for the fading of the Aurora was more noticeable by the day. As the hours passed, the landscape began to transform. The flat, icy plains gave way to rolling hills, their slopes adorned with strange bioluminescent flora that shimmered with the same colours as the Aurora above. The The air, once crisp and cold, grew noticeably warmer, carrying with it the faint, sweet fragrance of these unique plants. It was a subtle change, yet profound, a testament to the hidden pockets of warmth that dotted this frozen land. The low, constant humming of the Aurora grew louder, resonating with the energy of this new, vibrant landscape. The gentle, flowing movements of the Aurora intensified, as if excited by their approach. "An oasis," Kalen declared, his voice filled with a reverence that echoed through the tribe. His gaze was fixed on a point ahead, where the emerald hue in the Aurora seemed to coalesce, forming a swirling vortex of light. It was a sight that filled the Aurora walkers with a sense of awe and anticipation. For these hidden havens were not just pockets of warmth, but places of ancient magic, where the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds was thin. Places where the fading was less noticeable. The rhythmic beat of the tribal drums echoed through the air, a celebration of their discovery, a prayer of gratitude to the lights that had guided them. Following Anya's lead, the tribe approached the heart of the oasis. The emerald light enveloped them, bathing the landscape in a warm, ethereal glow. Here, amidst the glowing flora and the shimmering Aurora, the cold of Everlight seemed a distant memory. Strange, beautiful creatures, their bodies reflecting the Aurora's colours, moved through the glowing vegetation, their movements as fluid and graceful as the lights above. It was a place of profound peace, a sanctuary where the worries of the outside world seemed to melt away, just like any tension in a relaxed body. The gentle, flowing movements of the Aurora were mirrored in the gentle swaying of the luminous plants, creating a mesmerizing dance of light and life. The air was full of magic. Within this haven, nestled among the glowing flora, Anya noticed something that made her breath catch in her throat. It was a series of ancient carvings etched into the smooth surface of a large, flat rock. The carvings depicted figures, their hands outstretched towards the sky, manipulating the Aurora in the same way Anya did. They were surrounded by symbols, a language lost to time, yet strangely familiar to Anya. As she traced the lines of the carvings with her fingers, a jolt of energy passed through her, and the symbols seemed to glow beneath her touch. In that instant, she knew that her power was not a new phenomenon, but a rediscovered ancient magic, a legacy passed down through generations, now awakened within her. She was not just an Aurora walker. She was something more. She was an Aurora weaver, the first one in many generations, and maybe, just maybe, the one that was prophesied to bring back the warmth to the land of Everlight. Chapter 3. Echoes of the Ancients. The discovery of the ancient carvings within the heart of the oasis sparked a renewed sense of purpose within Anya. The symbols, though alien, resonated deep within her, stirring a sense of familiarity, as if she held a forgotten key to an ancient lock. As the tribe set about making camp, their movements a practiced dance of efficiency, Anya remained by the carvings, her fingers tracing the lines that seemed to hum with a faint, residual energy. The gentle flowing movements of the Aurora above cast an ethereal light a sense of peace. The faint, sweet fragrance of the luminous flora mingling with the earthy aroma of moss and lichen. The soft white expanse of snow that lay beyond the oasis. It seemed a distant, almost forgotten reality. Kaelin, observing Anya's absorption, approached her with a quiet reverence. He, too, recognized the significance of the carvings. "They speak of the Aurora weavers," he said, his voice a low, gentle rumble that echoed the low, constant humming of the Aurora. "Our ancestors, who walked this land long before us, who held a connection to the light as you do now." He explained that, according to their most ancient legends, the Aurora weavers were the protectors of Everlight, maintaining the delicate balance between the land and the Aurora, the source of all life and magic in their world. They were more than just a tribe, they were a part of the Aurora itself, and it was them who kept it strong and bright. But as generations passed, their numbers diminished, until they disappeared altogether, leaving behind only whispers and legends. Intrigued, Anya asked Kaelin about the fading, the slow dimming of the Aurora that had cast a shadow of worry over their tribe. Kaelin sighed, the lines on his weathered face deepening. "The legends say," he began, "that when the balance is disrupted, when the connection between the land and the Aurora weakens, the lights will begin to fade, taking with them the warmth and the magic of Everlight." He gestured towards the vibrant oasis around them. "These havens are remnants of that ancient connection, echoes of a time when the Aurora weavers walked among us, but they are not enough." The gentle, flowing movements of the Aurora seemed to dim for a moment, as if mirroring Kaelin's somber words, the weight of the situation heavy in the air. Driven by a newfound determination, Anya dedicated herself to deciphering the ancient symbols. She spent hours studying the carvings, her fingers tracing their shapes, her mind reaching for a connection to the long-lost knowledge they held. Rune, ever loyal, remained by her side, his initial skepticism replaced by a quiet respect for her abilities. He would often sit with her, sharing stories of the tribe, his voice a soothing presence amidst the silence of her study. He brought her food and water and made sure she rested, even when she was too absorbed to notice the passing of time. He was her anchor to the present, while her mind soared through the echoes of the past. The rhythmic beat of the tribal drums, a constant presence in their lives, seemed to carry an undercurrent of hope, a belief in Anya's ability to unlock the secrets of the Aurora weavers. One evening, as the Aurora danced above, casting its shifting, shimmering colours upon the carvings, Anya experienced a breakthrough. As she traced a particular sequence of symbols, a surge of energy flowed through her, and the carvings glowed with a vibrant emerald light. The symbols, no longer static, began to move, reforming themselves into a new configuration. It was a map, not of the physical landscape, but of the Aurora itself, showing patterns and pathways within its ethereal form. Anya realised then that the Aurora was not just a light in the sky, but a living entity, a celestial river that flowed through Everlight. And the Aurora weavers, through the symbols, had learned to navigate its currents. This was how she was controlling the Aurora. Through instinct, she was feeling these symbols. With this newfound understanding, Anya began to experiment further, guided by the map and her innate connection to the Aurora. She discovered she could not only influence its colours, but also its intensity and movement, creating shimmering patterns that mirrored the ancient symbols. The gentle, flowing movements of the Aurora responded to her every command, swirling and dancing at her will. The tribe watched in awe as she painted the night sky with vibrant hues, the Aurora's glow growing stronger with each passing day. The low, constant humming of the Aurora intensified, resonating with Anya's power, filling the oasis with a renewed sense of hope. The fading had stopped for now, but Anya knew that this was just the beginning. The balance of Everlight was still fragile, and the true test of her abilities was yet to come. But she also knew that she was not alone, for she carried within her the echoes of the ancients, the legacy of the Aurora weavers, and the hope of her tribe. She had managed to decipher the language of the lights, and it was guiding her towards an unknown yet hopeful future. Chapter 4: The Shifting Path. As the days turned into weeks within the heart of the oasis, the once fading Aurora Borealis began to regain some of its former vibrancy thanks to Anya's dedicated efforts. The emerald hue, now a familiar beacon in the celestial tapestry, pulsed with a steady rhythm, a testament to her growing mastery over her rediscovered abilities. The tribe, once filled with a quiet apprehension, now looked to the future with a renewed sense of hope. The gentle flowing movements of the Aurora seemed to carry a lighter, more joyful energy, mirroring the change in the tribe's spirit. The rhythmic beats of the tribal drums echoed this sentiment, their rhythm growing stronger, more confident with each passing day. The warmth of the oasis was now stronger than ever. However, Kaelin, ever vigilant, knew that their sanctuary was but a temporary reprieve. The balance of Everlight was still precarious, and the true source of the fading remained a mystery. He studied the ancient map Anya had unlocked, his weathered fingers tracing the lines that depicted the Aurora's ethereal pathways. There was one symbol that stood out, a spiral pattern located far to the north, in a region marked as the heart of Everlight. According to the oldest legends, this was the source of the Aurora, the wellspring from which all of Everlight's magic flowed, a place of immense power and the key to understanding the fading. It was a dangerous and unknown territory, a place where no Aurora walker had ventured in many generations. One evening, as the tribe gathered around the central fire, its warm glow casting dancing shadows upon the luminous flora, Kaelin shared his thoughts. "The Aurora has guided us this far," he said, his voice a low rumble that commanded attention. "And now, it calls us to a new path, a journey to the heart of Everlight." His words were met with a mix of apprehension and excitement. The journey would be perilous, but the potential reward, the restoration of Everlight's balance was too great to ignore. Anya, feeling the weight of her responsibility and the pull of the unknown, agreed. The gentle, flowing movements of the Aurora seemed to intensify, as if affirming her decision, the emerald hue pulsing with a newfound urgency. She knew that the path ahead would test her abilities like never before. The next morning, as the tribe prepared to leave the oasis, a sense of anticipation hung in the air. The faint, sweet fragrance of the Aurora flowers seemed more potent, a reminder of the beauty they were fighting to protect. Anya, standing at the edge of the oasis, gazed at the shifting, shimmering colours of the Aurora, now a familiar and comforting sight. She focused her mind, reaching out to the emerald hue, and with a graceful movement of her hand, she shaped it into a swirling vortex, a pathway leading towards the north. The low, constant humming of the Aurora intensified, resonating with her power, guiding her forward. The soft, white expanse of snow beyond the oasis seemed less daunting now, illuminated by the vibrant light of the Aurora. The journey to the heart of Everlight was unlike anything the Aurora walkers had ever experienced. Guided by Anya and the shifting path of the emerald light, they traversed landscapes of breathtaking beauty and strange, ethereal phenomena. They walked through frozen forests where the trees shimmered with the colours of the Aurora, crossed vast plains where the snow whispered secrets of ancient times, and navigated through valleys where the whisper winds carried voices from the past. The crisp, cool air was filled with a sense of magic, and the gentle, flowing movements of the Aurora were their constant companion, a reassuring presence in the unfamiliar terrain. Runa, ever protective, taught Anya how to better survive in these harsh conditions and how to use the environment to her advantage. As they journeyed further north, the Aurora Borealis grew even more vibrant, its colours more intense, its movements more dynamic. Anya found her powers growing stronger, her connection to the Aurora deepening with each step. She learned to ride the whisper winds, soaring through the air alongside the shifting lights, experiencing Everlight from a new perspective. She discovered she could communicate with the Aurora, understanding its subtle nuances, its silent language. The low, constant humming of the Aurora became a familiar melody, a source of comfort and guidance. But she also felt a growing sense of urgency. The closer they got to the heart of Everlight, the more unstable the aura became. Sudden bursts of colour, wild, unpredictable shifts in intensity, and moments of near complete darkness punctuated their journey. The balance, it seemed, was hanging by a thread, and the fate of Everlight rested upon Anya's young shoulders. But she was not alone. The tribe was there to help, and she was ready to face her destiny. Chapter 5: The Heart of Everlight. After weeks of relentless travel, guided by the emerald path woven into the Aurora, the weary yet determined Aurora walkers finally reached the fabled heart of Everlight. It was a sight that stole their breath away, a colossal, crystalline structure that pulsed with an ethereal light, the source of the Aurora Borealis itself. The structure, resembling a gigantic frozen geode, rose from the centre of a vast circular plane, its facets reflecting the aurora's colours in a mesmerising display. The air here crackled with an almost overwhelming energy, and the low, constant humming of the aurora resonated deep within their very bones. The gentle flowing movements of the aurora were wild and erratic here, swirling around the structure in a chaotic dance. As they approached the structure, Anya felt a powerful pull, a connection that went beyond anything she had experienced before. The emerald hue within the aurora intensified, responding to her presence, guiding her forward. The closer she got, the more unstable the aurora became. Violent bursts of colour erupted across the sky, followed by moments of unsettling darkness. The rhythmic beat of the tribal drums faltered, reflecting the growing tension. The crisp, cool air was thick with a sense of urgency, and the soft, white expanse of snow beneath their feet seemed to vibrate with the raw energy emanating from the structure. Kaelin and Rune stayed close to Anya, ready to help, but they both knew this was a challenge she had to face alone. Reaching the base of the structure, Anya discovered an opening, a narrow passage that led into its heart. It was as if the heart of Everlight itself was inviting her in. Taking a deep breath, she stepped inside, followed closely by Kaelin and Rune. The interior was a labyrinth of crystalline corridors, their walls pulsating with the colours of the aurora. The air was warm and alive, filled with the faint sweet fragrance of aurora flowers, a scent that had become synonymous with hope and renewal. The gentle, flowing movements of the aurora were even more chaotic here, the light swirling and dancing with an almost frantic energy. The source of the imbalance was close. Guided by an intuitive sense, Anya navigated the labyrinth, the emerald hue in the aurora her guiding star. As she ventured deeper, she began to see visions, fleeting glimpses of the past. She saw the aurora weavers, their forms radiant with light, tending to the heart of Everlight, maintaining its balance with graceful movements and harmonious chants. She saw the gradual decline, the fading of their light, the disruption of the balance. And finally, she saw the cause, a shadowy fissure, a crack in the crystalline structure from which the aurora's energy was leaking, causing its instability and the appearance of the fading. It was a wound that needed healing, a breach that needed to be sealed. Reaching the heart of the labyrinth, Anya found herself in a vast chamber. In the centre stood a pedestal, upon which rested a single, luminous crystal, the source of the emerald hue. It was the heartstone, the focal point of the aurora's power, and it was flickering erratically, its light dimming with each passing moment. The shadowy fissure was nearby, a jagged scar on the otherwise perfect surface of the chamber, pulsating with a dark, disruptive energy. The low, constant humming of the aurora was now a discordant cacophony, a cry for help. It was clear that if it was left unchecked, the fading would consume not only the Aurora, but also the entirety of Everlight. Anya knew what she had to do. Drawing upon all her strength, all her connection to the Aurora, she reached out to the Heartstone. The emerald hue responded, flowing towards her, enveloping her in its warm embrace. She closed her eyes, focusing her mind, and began to sing. It was a song of healing, a melody of balance, a lullaby of light. The words were not her own, but those of the Aurora weavers, flowing through her, guided by the ancient knowledge now awakened within her. The gentle flowing movements of the Aurora responded to her song, calming, stabilizing, finding their rhythm once more. As she sang, the Heartstone pulsed with a renewed light, its emerald hue growing stronger, brighter. The shadowy fissure began to shrink, the crystalline structure around it mending, reforming. The low, constant humming of the Aurora transformed into a harmonious melody, a symphony of light and sound. The rhythmic beat of the tribal drums, though distant, echoed the rhythm of her song, a testament to the enduring spirit of the Aurora walkers. It was working. She was healing the heart of Everlight, and therefore the Aurora. With a final, powerful note, the fissure sealed completely, and a wave of pure, radiant energy surged through the chamber, through the entire structure, and out into the vast expanse of Everlight. The Aurora Borealis exploded in a breathtaking display of colour and light, more vibrant, more powerful than ever before. The fading was reversed, the balance restored. Anya, exhausted but filled with a profound sense of peace, collapsed to her knees. The heart of Everlight now pulsed with a steady, gentle light, its energy flowing outwards, revitalizing the land. She had done it. She had fulfilled the prophecy. She had healed the heart. Kaelin and Rune rushed to her side, their faces filled with awe and gratitude. The Aurora walkers, witnessing the spectacle from outside, erupted in cheers. Their voices carried on the whisper winds, a chorus of joy and relief. The gentle, flowing movements of the Aurora now carried a message of hope, a promise of a brighter future. The land of Everlight was safe. In the days that followed, the Aurora walkers, guided by Anya and the revitalized Aurora, returned to their nomadic life. But things were different now. The Aurora was no longer just a guide, but a companion, a source of endless wonder and renewed energy. Anya, no longer just a young woman with a unique gift, was hailed as a hero, the one who had saved Everlight from a slow and frozen demise. She continued to explore her powers, guided by the ancient knowledge of the Aurora Weavers, ensuring that the balance of Everlight would remain undisturbed for generations to come. She created new oases and taught others how to feel the Aurora so they could help her in her mission. And as the Aurora danced across the sky, its gentle, flowing movements, a constant reminder of their journey, the Aurora walkers knew that they were not just survivors, but guardians of a magical world, forever bound to the light, forever beneath the Aurora's embrace.